Hi folks, Six Lasers here. Now, I've shown a few lamb's foot knives by Arthur Wright before. This one was one in ebony. And this is one in rosewood. I've got stag one and so forth. But I've picked up a few recently which are somewhere or other slightly unusual. The first one I want to show you is this one. This one is in Poplar wood, and it was an exclusive that was done for Moonraker Knives, and it's just a beautiful piece of wood on what's a relatively inexpensive knife. I think it was a 30 odd quid, same sort of price as as the ebony one, and probably £10 more than the basic sort of rosewood ones that they do. It's nicely made, reasonably well finished. I mean, for a knife of the price it is, it's probably as good as you're going to expect. There is a little bit of gapping, or it's not really so much gapping. I think that the spring is just a little bit lower than the bolsters at the when it's open. But the transition from the blade to the spring is pretty good, and the action on these knives is it's a cam tang, but it's a strong action. I think the spring's slightly sunken there as well, but not so much as to really destroy the aesthetic of this knife. It's still a beautiful knife, and it's a nice bit of glowing, reflective wood, which certainly is very good. If you were to do a comparison, say with a Taylor's Eyewitness premium knife, you would say that the Taylor's premium knives have the edge over this, but at their price range there is nothing to match the quality of what's coming out of Arthur Wright and Sons these days. Since the Harrisons took over, they really have tightened things up, and the quality, centering of blades, the grinds on the blades is hugely improved. They could still do a bit to clean the knives up before they come out. The nail nicks are a bit grubby. It's obviously had some attention to tidy it up and clean it, but the internals could do with a good flush out, and at some point I will sit down and flush them out. But for the money, I think these are excellent. And like the budget end, Taylor's Eyewitness knives make really good working knives. But I think if you want something to put in your pocket that's going to look nice as well as work nice, you can't beat an Arthur Wright C70 steel. They don't generally come sharp, but one of the beauties of C70 steel is it is quite easy to sharpen. So it's you can put a bit of effort in, get it sharpened up, and you're away. You will probably have to sharpen it from time to time. The only thing that does disturb me slightly, and to many people this is a huge advantage, to me it's just a slight irritation, is the action on it does verge towards being nail breakers, but it's a quite nicely ground blade. You've got this nice sort of swedge in it. I mean, it's a lamb's foot, but if you follow that edge, it's almost as though it's a Warncliffe. If you just get the light on it the right way, it looks more Warncliffey, but it is a lamb's foot, genuinely a lamb's foot blade. Obviously this knife has been used and carried. You can see that because there's some marks on the blade. I think also though, this particular here is from opening it. I have to use the nail nick because I don't have much pinch strength, but that pushes a blade which is, I think, quite well centered. Let's just have a look how well centered it is. Yeah, I mean it's beautifully centered, but when I go to open it, I have to overcome the spring pressure, I have to push so much. You have to push really hard into the blade, that I'm sure that's causing it to rub against the brass liner when you're opening it. Still, I love this knife, really, really smart, and it's one of a few that I'll be showing you over the next few days of Arthur Wright's exclusive knives for Moonraker. So, if you like the stuff, please give a thumbs up. If you want to see the next one, please remember to subscribe and remember to ring the bell if you want notifications. Thank you. Bye.